The third phase, it is spinning in circles. What's going on? It's the sun. Every night, the moon seems to change shape. Let's moonwalk. What are you doing, Lena? Me and Peanut are exploring the phases of the moon. Phase, second phase, third phase, phase, and then Peanut, and then the moon. Well, that was pretty cool, Olivia. Do you know all those phases? Not really. Me and Peanut were trying to figure it out. Well, welcome to Alex Kids Fun. Today, let's explore all the phases of the moon. Have you noticed that every night the moon seems to change shape? Sometimes it's a narrow crescent. Other times, it's a big glowing circle. Some days I can't even see it at all. What's going on? The moon actually doesn't change shape. But every day, me and Peanut see a different shape. It's our view of the moon that changes, not the moon's shape. Why? While the Earth is orbiting the sun, it is spinning in circles, and the moon is orbiting the Earth at the same time. And that makes a lot of constant movement. Whoa, that's a lot of movement. The moon does not create its own light. In fact, there's only one thing in our solar system that creates light. Do you know what it is? It's the sun. So what do we see when we look at the moon? Sunlight reflecting off the moon. The shapes of the moon that we see are called moon phases. There are 8 major moon phases. So let's learn about them. The first phase, called new moon. At that time, we can't even see the moon. The new moon phase occurs when the moon is directly between the Earth and the sun. The second phase is called waxing crescent. What is waxing? Waxing is getting bigger or growing. So the second phase is growing crescent, or in other words, waxing crescent. In the northern hemisphere, we see this phase as a thin crescent of light on the right. This crescent increases in size from one day to the next. Oh, I learned a new word today. Waxing or increasing. The third phase is called first quarter. First quarter, or a half moon. The first quarter moon is when half of the lit portion of the moon is visible. The fourth phase is called waxing gibbous. Remember, waxing means getting bigger, so our moon is still getting bigger. The waxing gibbous phase is between a half moon and a full moon, so it is still getting bigger. My favorite is the next one, the full moon. It is the brightest and easiest to see. The full moon phase occurs when the moon is on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun. That's why it's also called opposition. After the full moon, the moon begins to decrease or wane. So the next stage is called the waning gibbous. The waning gibbous phase is between a half moon and the full moon. Remember, waning means it is getting smaller. The next phase is the third quarter. We see the third quarter moon as a half moon too. It is the opposite half as illuminated in the first quarter moon. And finally, the last phase is the waning crescent. In the northern hemisphere, we see the waning crescent phase as a thin crescent of light on the left. So it is crescent again, but instead of the right side, it is on the left side. The full cycle lasts about 1 month. So it takes about a whole month for the moon to orbit the Earth. As the moon orbits or circles the Earth, the phases change. That's pretty cool. I like when the moon is pink. It's called supermoon or the pink moon. The supermoon appears slightly larger and brighter than usual. It is a full moon phase, but it happens when the full moon is near its closest point on Earth. So sometimes it's closer to us than at other times. Are you ready for a little quiz, guys? Let's go! Here is a true or false question for you guys. True or false? The moon makes its own light. False. How many phases does the moon go through as it orbits Earth? 8. Which moon phase follows a new moon? It is the waxing crescent. And now finally, what does waxing mean? Waxing means growing or increasing. Great job on the quiz, guys! Before going to bed tonight, check a look at the moon and see what phase it is. Thanks for learning about the phases with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! Let's move on.